Hello everyone. Hello guys. Molweni bethuna. Sanibonani. Dumelang batho. Hello mense. Apsheni. Lochani. Welcome back to my channel, and to all my returning subscribers, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you are new to my channel, a warm welcome. My name is Thandi, and please like, comment and subscribe. Guys, do you know which province has the highest HIV prevalence rate and which one has the lowest HIV prevalence rate? What is the HIV prevalence rate in your province? Stay tuned to find out more. HIV prevalence is the percentage of people living with HIV in a population. According to the findings of the 6th survey, which was conducted by the Human Science Research Council, in 2017, South Africa had an HIV prevalence rate of 14% compared to 12.7% in 2022. This means the HIV prevalence rate has decreased nationally. When looking at the numbers at each province, you'll find out the numbers, they show us the disparities and that the burden of HIV is on females as they are the ones who are heavily infected. Why do you think this is the case, guys? Why do you think women are more infected compared to males? Please leave your comment in the comment box. For a very long time, KZN has always been the epicenter of South Africa's HIV epidemic. However, currently it is no longer the leading province. Let's look at this table, which shows us the 2017 versus the 2022 HIV prevalence figures in each province. As you can see in this table, Mpumalanga is leading at 17.4%, followed by KZN at 16.0%. The last two provinces with the lowest prevalence rate is the Northern Cape and the last is the Western Cape. According to the table, Mpumalanga has the highest HIV prevalence rate in the country at 17.4%. This translates to about 890,000 people living with HIV in the province. HIV prevalence rate is higher amongst those aged 25 to 49 years old. It stands at 26.4%. Females in this age group account for 31.9% and males account for 19.9%. In the ages of 15 to 24 years old, females account for 6.3%, whilst males account for 9.8%. The findings show that prevalence is higher amongst those residing in rural farms and rural formal. It stands at 21%. And in rural informal areas, it stands at 18.4%. It is lower in the urban areas. It stands at 15.5%. What is concerning is that there's a peak in the ages of 45 to 49. It stands at 40.8%. And this shows us that there are new infections among older people. KZN has the second HIV prevalence rate in the country. It stands at 16%. This is a drop from 18% in 2017. This is a decrease of 2%, which translates to about 1,980,000 people living with HIV in the province. Again, the prevalence is higher amongst those in the ages of 35 to 49 years old. It stands at 31%. Females is 38% and for males is 21%. It is higher amongst those living in rural areas or the farm areas. It stands at 20%. What is concerning is that in 2022, there was a peak of 44% in the ages of 45 to 49 years old, compared to 2017 where it was 39%. This shows us the possibility of new infections amongst older people. Free State has the third highest HIV prevalence rate in the country. It stands at 15.6%. And this translates to about 450,000 people living with HIV in the province. HIV prevalence in this province is higher amongst females than males. What is concerning is that there was an increase from 3.2% in 2017 to 7.4% in 2022 amongst those who are aged between 15 and 24 years old. And this is more than double. The prevalence is highest amongst those who are aged 25 to 49 years old. Again, females account for 33% and males account for 14%. This is more than double. It is lower in the urban areas at 14% and higher in the rural or the tribal areas at 20%. Compared to other provinces, the Eastern Cape has the fourth highest prevalence rate in the country at 15.9%. This translates to about 980,000 people living with HIV in the province. It is highest in the ages of 25 to 49 years old. For females, it stands at 35%, and for males, it stands at 17%. Again, this is more than double. It is lower in the urban areas at 8.7% and higher in the rural areas at 19.8%. What's concerning is that there's been a peak in those who are aged 40 to 44 and those who are 60 and older. This shows that there are new infections amongst older people. Compared to other provinces, Northwest has the fifth highest HIV prevalence rate in the country. It stands at 12.3%. This translates to approximately 465,000 people living with HIV in the province. It is higher amongst those who are in the ages of 25 to 49. It stands at 20%. It is higher in females at 29% compared to 13% males. Again, this is more than double. Amongst the adolescents and youth, the prevalence was higher in females compared to males. In females, it's 8.3%, whilst in males, it's 3.3%. Again, it's more than double. What's concerning is that the situation is worsening in adolescents and youth who are between the ages of 15 to 19 years old. As we see, there has been an increase from 3.2% in 2017 to 4.5% in 2022. And this shows continued infections in this age group. Gauteng has the third lowest HIV prevalence rate in the country. Stands at 11.9%, and this translates to 1,720,000 people living in the province. It is a significant decrease from 2017, where there was 1,780,000 people living with HIV in the province. The prevalence is higher amongst those in the ages of 25 to 49 years old. It stands at 20%. For females is 24% and for males is 14%. And it is higher amongst those living in rural areas or the farms. It stands at 12.7%. Limpopo has one of the lowest HIV prevalence rates in the country. It stands at 8.9%, which translates to about 570,000 people living with HIV in the province. It is higher amongst those who are in the ages of 25 to 49 years. Again, females, they account for the majority. For females, it's 22%, and for males, it's 17%. It is higher in the rural farms or the rural areas. It stands at 7.4%. What's concerning is that there's been a peak in the ages of 50 to 54 years old, which stands at 29.4%. And this shows us new infections amongst this older generation. Northern Cape has the second lowest HIV prevalence rate in the country. It stands at 8.9%. However, this is an increase from 8.2% in 2017. This translates to about 120,000 people living with HIV in the province, which is 21,000 more people living with HIV compared to 2017. It is higher in females than it is in males. It is higher in the urban areas at 9.6% compared to the rural area and the farms where it is 6%. The prevalence is higher amongst those who are aged 35 to 39. It stands at 25%. Compared to other provinces, the Western Cape has the lowest HIV prevalence rate at 7.4% in 2022, compared to 8.6% in 2017. This translates to about 560,000 people living with HIV in the province. The prevalence is higher amongst those in the ages of 25 to 49 years old. It stands at 10%. For females, it is 14.6%, and for males, it is 5.8%. Again, this is more than double. It is higher amongst those living in rural, formal, or the farm areas, as it stands at 8.5%. What's concerning is that those who are under 24 years old, there's been new infections both vertically and horizontally. The ongoing increases in these numbers is both positive and negative. On the positive side, it reflects the reality that people living with HIV are not dying at the rates they used to, since ARVs are saving their lives. Secondly, it reflects that we now have an aging HIV epidemic as people are getting older and living for longer. On the negative side, it reflects that the rate of new infections remain high, especially amongst the older generation. So guys, when looking at these numbers, you can see the HIV prevalence rate in your province. On the positive side, we can see there has been a decrease when looking at the 2017 versus the 2022 prevalence rates. I hope you found this content informative. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support. Please keep safe and stay safe. Goodbye. Lisale kakuhle, lisale hantle, totsins, lisale gabutle.